Welcome back. Marth Namhadi-Haidula is a passionate community activist, and one of her major goals is to help rid our country of drug abuse. We're excited to have her with us via the line to discuss this growing issue and the impact it has on our communities. A very good morning to you, Marth, and thank you so much for making time to join us. Hello, Marth, can you hear me?
Good morning, but you are soft.
All right, I'll try my best to speak a bit louder. Marth, you've been very vocal about the need to get rid of drugs in our communities. What initially inspired you to get involved in this kind of activism?
Yes, good morning. What really inspired me, 20 years ago, from the village, I moved to Windhoek to seek for further study. And things were very hard. My father passed just a year before I moved to Windhoek. And it was very hard, emotional, financially. And there was this guy from Netherlands who really was there as a brother, as a father. And he assisted me without taking any advantage like other men could have done. And he even encouraged me to go study further in South Africa. And on that day, when I graduated, I made a promise to myself that I must give back to the community, because when he assisted me, he did not want to be paid back. He just wanted to see me winning in life, and that is exactly what I did. And one holiday when I went to the village, I picked up that most of the young people were getting engaged in activity, drugs activities. And that moment I told myself, this is the time. This is the time to start an organization to educate the youth, especially the youth in the villages. They're really not aware of what drugs can cause or what drugs can do to their body and just as humans also. And that moment I told myself, let me start an organization where I can educate young people really what is the danger in drugs.
For young people who might be experimenting with drugs due to peer pressure or thinking that it's cool, what would you say to them? And also we know that, the young people are also a bit hard-headed, if I may put it that way, and they think that they know better than people who are older than them.
You are cutting a little bit, but I think I'll just go with what I picked up. What I can say to young people who are trying to use drugs to fit in the groups, I just want to tell them to know who they are, where they are from, and what they want to achieve in future. So they must not do things to fit in the groups. They must not do things against their values because they want to be liked or they are seeking for validation. They must just stay in their own line, and there are people gonna like the way they are. So really, they don't need to start using drugs so they want to look also they are like cool or they are also a thing. So it's not needed. It's not taking them anyway. Because drugs is dangerous. Once they get in the web of drugs, it's very difficult to come out. And most of the kids from the disadvantaged backgrounds are the ones at the risk. Because once they are caught up in this web of drugs, it's very difficult to get out, and their parents cannot afford to take them to the rehab. Because rehabs are very expensive, and they end up in the streets with no help, suffering, and this lead into crimes because of the cravings. They want to feed their drugs cravings. They don't have money. What do? They go and steal.
Yeah.
And that's why we have more young people now that snatching people's phones in the streets. So it comes down to that. So what I can tell them, they must just be who they are. You don't need to use drugs to fit in a certain group of people.
Yeah. Recently, there have been some very disturbing reports of young Namibians allegedly being involved in drug smuggling. How do you think we can collectively stop young people, or discourage them, especially women, from being drawn into situations like becoming a drug mule?
You know what? My mother once told me to make peace of what I have and work hard for what I need. You know, sometimes soft life, it will cost your peace, and it will strip you, your values and everything. And sometimes this, social media, they portray a picture of people are living a good life. And sometimes not all the people that seem to live a good life, sometimes people are living fake life and on social medias. And what I can say to younger ladies or to young people, don't go to look like some of, like, as they call them, slave queens on the social medias. So work hard to build your fortune in a legal way. Because once you develop a thing of you want to look like a certain person, you develop a standard. And the standard that you created, you need money to maintain that standard. And if you don't have money, you end up forcing yourself to do illegal stuff to keep that image that you created yourself. Just stay in your line, work hard, ignore what other people look like, be yourself, because you never know how they are getting their things. What I can say, be smart and don't use illegal activities to get materials.
And Martha, can you talk to us about some of the current projects or programs you are working on in as far as combating drug use is concerned?
What I'm currently working on, but it's difficult. It's people that are running this non-profit organization. It's very difficult because when you try to seek for help, it's very difficult. Not really many people are coming on board. And what I can say, we are not doing this because we want to be famous, we want to be known. We are doing this from the bottom of our hearts. And we don't even want to be paid or earning incomes. We just want to see these young people able to make the right decision. Because when they are well informed, then at least they will know this is wrong and this is right. And what I am currently working on, which is difficult because I have no people to come on board, I want to start clubs in schools, whereby the young people, maybe once a month or once a week, they can come together and just discuss or teach other young people within their schools the danger of drugs. But then it's difficult, as I said, it's difficult because I'm staying in Swakop, and my organization at the moment is focuses more on the remote areas. And the reason why I'm in the remote area currently is because most people in the rural areas, they are having challenges, because nowadays most of information are being shared on social media, and my people in the remote areas have no access to internet or even to electricity, because for you to have internet, you must be having electricity. And those ones, or maybe don't have smartphones, and those ones that might have smartphones also, the language becomes a problem, because most of the information are being shared in English, and most of people in the remote areas, English is not really a language that can understand very well. So that is what I'm currently working on. I want the idea of just having clubs in schools where kids maybe they meet once a month or so to discuss and to make other kids understand really what is the danger comes with using drugs.
Lastly, Martha, we understand that you have been invited to the United States because of the work that you have been doing as far as activism against drug abuse. What does this opportunity mean for you and the work that you do?
Yes, my organization, or to say our organization, became a member of World Federal Against Drugs. And through that organization, our organization has been invited to attend the the international conference in USA, Texas, on the mental health awareness, and it's from the 16th up to the 20th of December this year. So the donors on the other side have paid for our ticket, but then now the problem comes in. We are required to pay for our own accommodation, and as a non-profit organization, we are not making any profit. We cannot afford to pay for our accommodation. On the other side, we have knocking on the doors to seek for assistance, but up to now we haven't get positive positive results. And we are just here to call upon anyone to assist us to pay for accommodation on the other side, because the immigration on the other side, they are even refused to accept our visas application due to not having the secure option on the other side. And we were even given up to per country. I was asked to accept an invitation up to 9 people per country, which I did. I also invited other organizations, but then we all stuck because we cannot afford to pay for our accommodation on the other side. And with the issues of mental health in our country, whereby people face a lot of social challenges. It can be like unemployment situations, various different situations that our people are facing in the country. I believe that if we attend this conference whereby many experts expect to be there, we're going to get insight of what other people are handling the mental health in their countries or in their organization. I believe that information that we are going to the other side will be beneficial for our country and the people in our communities. And it's not all about us. It's not about us going to US. It's about us going to share the information that we can bring back home to help our people who are fighting or going through the mental health situations.
Absolutely. Marth, thank you so much for your time, and we wish you all the best in the work that you do, and hopefully you get the assistance that you need to attend that very important event in Texas to learn best practices as to how other people are also facing this scourge that is also not only affecting Namibia, but is affecting the whole world. Thank you so much, and all the best.
Thank you very much.
Much obliged. That was Marth Namhadi-Haidula, a community activist who specializes in the fight against drug abuse as an NGO, talking to us about the work that she does and also the opportunities that have been provided, and pleading for assistance in terms of the trip to the United States, Texas to be specific, in December, where they are set to attend a conference that will focus on a lot of topics regarding what they do here in Namibia as well. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.